Can you feel the electric charge in the air? A restless hum that's been growing louder, as if the universe itself is holding its breath? Something monumental is unfolding. A celestial collision so rare, so powerful, it's already tearing through the fabric of reality. You might have sensed it. A sudden jolt in your dreams, a strange heaviness in your chest, or time slipping away like sand through your fingers. This isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a portal, a gateway to transformation, and it's already open, pulling you in whether you're ready or not. In April 2025, a solar eclipse aligns with a super new moon, creating a cosmic vortex that will shake the very foundation of your existence. Have you felt your emotions spiraling, your intuition screaming, or an unshakable feeling that something is watching you? You're not imagining it. This is real and it's happening now. If you've noticed these strange symptoms, comment, "I have felt it," below, and let's uncover the truth together. This isn't a typical eclipse. It's a double-layered cosmic event, a convergence of forces so intense it's already bending time, amplifying energy, and forcing us to confront our deepest truths. The super new moon, closer to Earth than ever, supercharges this eclipse, creating a gateway that will affect every single one of us. Whether we're in the bustling streets of Solaris City or the quiet hills of Lunara Valley, you might feel like your inner compass is spinning, guiding you towards something unknown, something big. This portal is already active, and if you've been feeling watched, restless, or out of sync, there's a reason, and I'll reveal it soon. Stick with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll understand why this eclipse is unlike anything you've ever experienced. Are you ready to dive into this cosmic mystery? This eclipse isn't just a celestial spectacle to gaze at from the rooftops of Solaris City. It's a transformative force, a cosmic tidal wave that will crash through every aspect of your life, from the energy buzzing in the air to the very essence of time itself. Let's break it down with clarity so you can grasp the magnitude of what's happening. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon positions itself directly between Earth and the sun, casting a shadow that temporarily blocks the sun's radiant light. In Solaris City, where the skies are often crystal clear and the horizon stretches endlessly over the shimmering Solaris Bay, this event will be nothing short of breathtaking. Imagine standing on the city's highest hill, watching as the moon's silhouette slowly engulfs the sun, plunging the world into an eerie twilight. The air will feel charged, the temperature will drop, and for a few fleeting moments, the stars will peek through the midday sky, a sight that's as awe-inspiring as it is unsettling. But this isn't just about what you'll see with your eyes. The impact of this eclipse goes far beyond the visual, reaching deep into the core of your being. On a symbolic level, this blockage of light carries profound meaning, one that has been recognized by cultures across the globe for millennia. The sun, in spiritual traditions, represents your consciousness, your outward clarity, your logical mind, and the visible world you interact with every day. It's the part of you that shows up to work in Solaris City's tech district, that makes decisions, that navigates the chaos of daily life. The moon, on the other hand, embodies your inner self, your intuition, your hidden emotions, the shadows you've buried deep within your psyche. It's the part of you that whispers in the quiet moments, that feels the weight of unspoken fears, that holds the dreams you've tucked away in the corners of your heart. When the moon overshadows the sun during this eclipse, it's not just a physical phenomenon. It's a cosmic demand, a forceful invitation to turn inward. The universe is practically shouting at you to stop ignoring the parts of yourself you've kept hidden for too long. That lingering resentment from a fallout with a friend in Solaris City's bustling marketplace. The self-doubt that creeps in when you're alone in your apartment overlooking Solaris Bay. The dreams you've shelved because they felt too big. These are the shadows the moon is illuminating, forcing you to confront them head-on. Let's dive deeper into the mechanics of this event to understand why it's so potent. The moon's alignment with the sun during a solar eclipse creates a temporary veil, a moment where the external world, represented by the sun, fades, and the internal world, represented by the moon, takes center stage. This isn't just a poetic metaphor. It's a tangible shift in energy that you can feel in your body and mind. In Solaris City, where the pace of life is often frenetic, you might notice a sudden stillness during the eclipse, as if the city itself is holding its breath. The birds might stop chirping, the wind might die down, and an eerie calm might settle over the streets. This is the universe creating space for you to listen, to your intuition, to your inner voice, to the truths you've been avoiding. It's a moment of cosmic clarity, but it's also a moment of reckoning. What have you been running from? What truths have you buried beneath the surface of your busy life? The eclipse is here to unearth them, and it won't let you look away. Now, let's add another layer to this cosmic event. The super new moon. A typical new moon, like the ones we often see over the serene hills of Lunara Valley, is a time of renewal, a sacred moment to set intentions, to plant the seeds for new beginnings, and to start fresh. In Lunara Valley, where the nights are quiet and the stars shine brightly, a new moon often feels like a gentle reset, a chance to reflect on what you want to create in the coming cycle. But this isn't a typical new moon. This is a super new moon, meaning the moon is at its closest point to Earth in its orbit, a phenomenon known as perigee. This proximity amplifies the moon's energy to a roaring, almost unstoppable force, turning what would be a gentle nudge into a cosmic shove. The gravitational pull of the moon during a super new moon is significantly stronger, affecting not just the tides of Solaris Bay but the very waters within your body. Did you know that the human body is about 60% water? Just as the moon pulls at the oceans, creating higher tides and stronger currents, it also pulls at the waters within you, stirring your emotions, your energy, and your physical state. You might feel this gravitational pull in tangible ways. In Solaris City, where the energy is already heightened by the city's fast-paced rhythm, you might notice a racing heartbeat as you walk through the tech district, a sudden surge of energy that makes you feel wired even when you're exhausted, or an unshakable restlessness that keeps you tossing and turning at night. I experienced this myself just a few nights ago. I was lying in my apartment overlooking Solaris Bay, trying to sleep, when I felt a strange pressure in my chest, as if my heart was beating to a rhythm I couldn't control. I got up, looked out at the moon hanging low over the horizon, and felt an overwhelming sense of urgency, as if the universe was trying to tell me something. That's the power of the super new moon. It doesn't just influence the external world. It reaches deep into your body, your emotions, and your spirit, demanding that you pay attention. This alignment of the solar eclipse and the super new moon isn't a one-day event. It's a catalyst for changes that will unfold over the next 6 months, shaking up every stagnant corner of your life. If you've been stuck in a rut in Solaris City, maybe working a job that drains you or avoiding a difficult conversation with a loved one, this eclipse will force those issues to the surface. If you've been dreaming of a new path in Lunara Valley, perhaps starting a creative project or moving to a quieter place, this energy will push you to take action. The super new moon's amplified energy means that everything you feel, think, and manifest during this time is supercharged. Your intentions, your emotions, your fears, they're all being magnified, and the universe is taking note. This is a time to be intentional, to focus on what you truly want, because the seeds you plant now will grow at an accelerated pace over the coming months. Historically, eclipses have been viewed with awe and reverence across cultures, often seen as omens of transformation. In the ancient civilization near the temples of Etheria, a sacred site nestled in the mountains beyond Lunara Valley, eclipses were considered messages from the gods. The people of Etheria believed that when the sun and moon aligned in this way, it was a cosmic dance between light and dark, life and death, a moment where the balance of the universe was revealed. They would gather at the temples, dressed in ceremonial robes, and perform rituals to honor this alignment, believing it was a time to reflect, realign, and prepare for a new phase of existence. They saw the eclipse as a portal to the divine, a moment when the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds thinned, allowing them to receive guidance from their ancestors and deities. These rituals often involved fasting, meditation, and offerings to the gods, all designed to harness the transformative energy of the eclipse and ensure a harmonious transition into the next cycle. In modern spiritual circles, this understanding of eclipses as moments of profound change still holds true. In Solaris City, where spiritual communities often gather in the city's parks to meditate during celestial events, eclipses are seen as opportunities to access higher states of awareness and align with the universe's flow. Practitioners might use this time to journal their intentions, perform energy-clearing rituals, or meditate under the darkened sky, tapping into the eclipse's energy to gain clarity and insight. But what makes this particular eclipse so extraordinary is the super new moon's influence, which adds a layer of intensity that turns this event into a quantum leap in energy. This isn't just a moment of reflection. It's a shift that will echo across time and space, reverberating through your life in ways you can't yet imagine. The universe is demanding your attention, urging you to step into this energy with courage and intention. Are you ready to face the shadows the moon is illuminating? Are you prepared to harness the super new moon's power to create the life you've always dreamed of? The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. This cosmic window won't stay open forever. The energy of this eclipse doesn't just linger in the sky above Solaris City. It reaches down, deep into the core of your being, pulling at the waters within you and stirring emotions you thought were long buried. In Solaris City, where the ocean tides of Solaris Bay are already shifting with the moon's gravitational pull, you might feel this energy as a sudden, overwhelming flood of old wounds rising to the surface. Picture yourself walking along the bay's shoreline, the waves crashing harder than usual, mirroring the turmoil within you. That argument you had years ago in the cozy Lunara Valley Cafe, where you stormed out after a misunderstanding with a close friend, might suddenly replay in your mind with vivid clarity. The grief you buried after losing a loved one, perhaps a family member whose memory you've tried to suppress while working long hours in Solaris City's tech district, might resurface as a lump in your throat. The fears you've pushed down, maybe the fear of failure that's kept you from pursuing your dream of opening an art studio in Lunara Valley, might bubble up, demanding to be seen. These emotions aren't coming back to haunt you. They're coming back to heal you. The universe is handing you a cosmic reset button, a rare and precious opportunity to confront these wounds, to release the emotional baggage that's been weighing you down, and to step into a lighter, more authentic version of yourself. Let's explore what this means on a deeper level. The moon's gravitational pull during a super new moon doesn't just affect the oceans. It affects the waters within your body, which, as I mentioned earlier, make up about 60% of who you are. This pull can manifest as physical sensations. A tightness in your chest as you walk through Solaris City's crowded markets, a sudden wave of fatigue that hits you in the middle of the day, or a surge of adrenaline that makes you feel like you're on the edge of something big. I felt this myself just a few days ago. I was sitting in my office in Solaris City, staring out at the bay, when I suddenly felt a wave of sadness I couldn't explain. It was as if the moon was pulling at the grief I'd buried after a difficult breakup years ago, a pain I thought I'd moved past. But as I sat with that feeling, I realized it was an opportunity to heal, to let go of the resentment I'd been carrying, and to make space for new energy in my life. That's the gift of this eclipse. It's not a punishment. It's a chance to release what no longer serves you and to step into a version of yourself that's more aligned with your true purpose. This isn't just a one-day event that you'll witness and forget. The energy of this super new moon will ripple through your life for the next 6 months, magnifying everything you focus on with an intensity that's almost palpable. If you've been avoiding tough decisions, this eclipse will force those issues into the light, leaving you no choice but to act. Maybe you've been stuck in a toxic job in Solaris City's corporate towers, where the pressure to perform has drained your spirit, but you've been too afraid to leave. Or perhaps you've been avoiding a strained relationship in Lunara Valley, where a family member's hurtful words have created a rift you've been too scared to address. This eclipse will bring these issues to the forefront, demanding resolution. It's a time when manifestations happen at lightning speed, but there's a catch. They'll only come to fruition if you're aligned with your true intentions. If your heart isn't in it, if you're acting out of fear or obligation, the universe will amplify that misalignment, creating chaos instead of clarity. But if you're clear about what you want, if you're ready to step into your power and pursue your dreams, the universe will support you with a force that's nothing short of miraculous. Let me share a story to illustrate this. A friend of mine, Elena, who lives in Lunara Valley, had been dreaming of starting a small bakery for years. She'd always loved baking, and her friends raved about her pastries, but she was too scared to leave her stable job in Solaris City's financial district. She kept telling herself, "I'll do it someday." But that day never came, until last year, during a similar cosmic alignment. She felt an overwhelming urge to act, as if the universe was pushing her to take the leap. She quit her job, moved to Lunara Valley, and opened her bakery within months. Today, her bakery is thriving, and she's never been happier. That's the power of this energy. It doesn't just nudge you. It propels you forward, but only if you're willing to align with your true desires. If you've been holding back, the pressure will build, pushing you to act. You might feel this as a sense of urgency, a restlessness that won't let you sit still, or a sudden clarity about what you need to do. In Solar City, where the energy is already heightened, this might manifest as a sleepless night, where you're up at 2 a.m., pacing your apartment, knowing you can't keep living the way you have been. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is quieter, it might come as a moment of stillness, where you're sitting by the lake and suddenly realize it's time to make a change. But there's beauty in this chaos, a silver lining that makes this eclipse so extraordinary. This cosmic event offers a chance to leave behind the outdated versions of yourself, the versions that were shaped by fear, by societal expectations, by the need to please others, and to step into a more empowered state. Think about who you were 5 years ago, maybe when you were living in Solar City suburbs, working a job you hated, staying in relationships that drained you, or ignoring your creative passions because they didn't seem practical. That version of you doesn't have to define you anymore. This eclipse is an invitation to shed those old layers, to release the patterns that have kept you small, and to step into a version of yourself that's bold, authentic, and aligned with your soul's purpose. The seeds you plant now, whether through conscious intention or subconscious thought, will grow rapidly, shaping your life in ways you can't yet imagine. If you're intentional with your energy, if you focus on what truly matters to you, you'll see your life transform in ways that feel almost magical. To harness this energy, you must be ready to let go of what no longer serves you, and that starts with reflection. In the quiet moments of Lunara Valley, where the air is still and the stars shine brightly, take time to sit with yourself and ask some hard questions. What truths have you been avoiding? Maybe it's the truth that you're not happy in your current career, that you've outgrown certain friendships, or that you've been ignoring your own needs for too long. What patterns are holding you back? Perhaps it's a habit of self-sabotage, a tendency to procrastinate, or a fear of failure that's kept you from pursuing your dreams. This eclipse will reveal these answers, and while it might feel uncomfortable at first, maybe even painful, it's a necessary step toward growth. The moon's shadow is here to illuminate what you've been hiding from, and once you face it, you'll move forward unburdened, free to create a life that's aligned with your soul's true purpose. Here's a practical exercise to help you navigate this process. Grab a journal or even a piece of paper if you're in a rush, and find a quiet spot, maybe by the lake in Lunara Valley or in a park in Solar City. Write down 3 things you've been avoiding: a decision, an emotion, or a truth you've been too scared to face. For each one, ask yourself, why am I avoiding this? What's the worst that could happen if I confront it? And what's the best that could happen if I let it go? Then, write a letter to your future self 6 months from now, describing how it feels to have released these burdens, to have made those tough decisions, to have stepped into a more authentic version of yourself. Seal the letter and put it somewhere safe. You'll be amazed at how much has changed when you open it in 6 months. This exercise isn't just about reflection. It's about setting the stage for transformation, about planting the seeds that will grow under the influence of this eclipse's energy. So, as we approach this cosmic shift, I urge you to tune into this energy with intention. Your thoughts, your dreams, your intuition, they're all heightened right now, and they'll be your guide through this transformative journey. In Solar City, where the energy is electric, you might feel this as a surge of inspiration, a sudden clarity about what you need to do next. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more grounded, you might feel it as a quiet knowing, a whisper from your intuition that's too loud to ignore. Wherever you are, whatever you're feeling, know that this eclipse is working on you, pushing you toward growth, healing, and alignment. The question is, are you ready to embrace it? Are you willing to let go of the past and step into the future the universe is preparing for you? The choice is yours, but the time to act is now. Now, let's dive into the heart of this cosmic mystery, a phenomenon that's as fascinating as it is unsettling. the concept of portals. You might imagine a portal as a glowing doorway, something straight out of a sci-fi tale you'd hear about in Solaris City's tech district, where innovators are always dreaming up the next big thing. Picture a shimmering vortex, pulsating with energy, a gateway that leads to another dimension or realm. But in spiritual and metaphysical terms, a portal is far more than a fantasy. It's a very real gateway in the fabric of reality itself, a point where the veil between the material world and the spiritual realm becomes so thin that energy can flood through, connecting the seen and the unseen in ways that defy our understanding. During this eclipse, this portal is not just a possibility. It's wide open, and its energy is already pouring into our world, shifting your inner and outer realities in ways you're only beginning to grasp. The alignment of the solar eclipse and the super new moon creates the perfect conditions for this portal to activate, a rare moment of cosmic potential that hasn't been seen in decades, making this a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to tap into its transformative power. Let's break down what makes this portal so extraordinary. In spiritual traditions, portals are often associated with major cosmic events, alignments of planets, solstices, equinoxes, or, in this case, a solar eclipse paired with a super new moon. The eclipse itself, as we discussed, blocks the sun's light, creating a symbolic and energetic shift that forces us to look inward. But the super new moon's proximity to Earth amplifies this effect, creating a concentrated burst of energy that acts like a cosmic key, unlocking the portal and allowing energy to flow through in a way that's both powerful and rare. In Lunara Valley, where the air already feels charged with a natural, earthy energy, you might sense this portal as a subtle hum, a vibration in the ground beneath your feet as you walk through the valley's grassy hills. In Solaris City, where the energy is more electric, you might feel it as a static in the air, a heaviness that makes your skin tingle as you move through the city's bustling streets. This isn't just your imagination. It's a tangible force, a shift in the very fabric of reality that's affecting you on every level. One of the most striking effects of this portal is its impact on time, a phenomenon known as time distortion. In Lunara Valley, where the days are often slow and peaceful, you might notice time behaving strangely, as if the hours are slipping through your fingers like water. A morning that starts with a quiet walk by the lake might suddenly blur into evening, leaving you wondering how the day disappeared so quickly. In Solaris City, where the pace is faster, you might wake up with a to-do list, emails to send, meetings to attend, errands to run, only to find the day vanishing before you've accomplished anything, leaving you frustrated and asking, where did the time go? This isn't random, and it's not a sign that you're losing your grip. It's a hallmark of a portal opening, a sign that the universe is bending time itself to get your attention. The energy of this portal compresses time, creating a bottleneck that makes it feel like there's never enough of it, or sometimes too much, as if you're stuck in an endless loop where the same thoughts and tasks keep circling back. I felt this time distortion myself just last week in Lunara Valley, and it was one of the most disorienting experiences I've ever had. I had a packed schedule, meetings with a local artist collective, errands in the valley's small market, and a hike near the ancient Etheria temples, where the energy always feels sacred. I woke up early, determined to get everything done, but the day felt off from the start. I'd sit down to work on a project, and suddenly hours would vanish, as if I'd been caught in a cosmic current that swept me away. I'd look at the clock, expecting it to be noon, only to realize it was already 4 p.m., and I hadn't even started half of what I'd planned. By evening, I was mentally drained, yet I hadn't accomplished nearly as much as I'd intended. It was as if the universe had hit pause, forcing me to stop, breathe, and reevaluate what I was focusing on. I remember sitting by the lake in Lunara Valley that evening, watching the sunset, and feeling a strange mix of frustration and clarity. The frustration came from not getting through my to-do list, but the clarity came from realizing that the universe was trying to tell me something. Slow down, reflect, focus on what truly matters. This experience of time distortion isn't unique to me. It's something many people report during major cosmic events like this one. In Solaris City, where the energy is more frenetic, you might feel this as a sense of being perpetually behind, as if no matter how hard you try, you can't catch up with your schedule. You might sit down to answer emails in your apartment overlooking Solaris Bay, only to look up and realize 3 hours have passed, and you've barely written a sentence. Or you might feel the opposite, time stretching endlessly, as if a single hour feels like a day, leaving you restless and unable to focus. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more grounded, you might feel this as a dreamlike state, where the boundaries between hours blur, and you lose track of whether it's morning or afternoon. This distortion of time can be deeply unsettling, especially if you're someone who thrives on structure and routine, but it's not random. It's the universe forcing you to slow down, to step out of the chaos of daily life, and to focus on what truly matters. Let's explore why this happens. The alignment of the solar eclipse and super new moon creates an energetic bottleneck, a compression of time that alters the flow of reality itself. Think of it like a river that's been narrowed by a dam. The water still flows, but it's forced through a smaller space, creating pressure and turbulence. That's what's happening to time right now. The portal's energy is squeezing the flow of time, making it feel either too fast or too slow, depending on how you're experiencing it. This isn't just a physical phenomenon. It's an energetic one, and it's affecting you on a deep level. In Solaris City, where the energy is already heightened by the city's fast-paced rhythm, this might manifest as mental exhaustion, as if you've been running a marathon without leaving your desk. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more subtle, it might manifest as a sense of being out of sync, as if you're living in two realities at once. One where you're going through the motions of daily life, and another where you're being pulled into a deeper, more spiritual state of awareness. This time distortion isn't a glitch. It's a divine opportunity to get in sync with the universe's rhythm, to align with your higher purpose, and to let go of the distractions that have been keeping you from your true path. In Solaris City, where the pressure to perform is constant, this might mean stepping away from the endless cycle of work and productivity, taking a moment to breathe and asking yourself, what am I really working toward? Is this what I want? Or am I just following someone else's expectations? In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more introspective, this might mean sitting by the lake and listening to your intuition, letting it guide you toward the next step on your journey. The universe is using this time distortion to create space for reflection, to help you see what's truly important, and to prepare you for the transformation that's coming. Here's a practical tip to navigate this time distortion. Embrace the pause. If you feel like time is slipping away, don't fight it. Lean into it. Set aside an hour each day, maybe in the early morning in Lunara Valley or during your lunch break in Solaris City, to sit in stillness. Turn off your phone, close your eyes, and just breathe. Let your mind wander. Let your intuition speak, and see what comes up. You might be surprised at the clarity that emerges when you stop trying to control the flow of time and instead let the universe guide you. If you're feeling mentally exhausted, take a break. Go for a walk along Solaris Bay, or sit under a tree in Lunara Valley, and let the natural world ground you. This isn't about falling behind. It's about getting in sync with the rhythm of the universe, allowing it to lead you exactly where you need to be. If this sounds familiar, know that you're not alone. This portal is recalibrating your energy, aligning you with your higher purpose, and preparing you for the shifts that are coming. Have you felt time slipping away lately? Maybe you've noticed the days blurring together, or you've felt stuck in a loop where the same thoughts keep circling back. Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how this energy is showing up for you, whether you're in Solaris City, Lunara Valley, or somewhere else entirely. We're all in this together, navigating this cosmic shift, and sometimes just hearing someone else's experience can be the reminder we need to trust the process. The portal is open, the energy is flowing, and you're right at the center of it all. Let's see where it takes us. The effects of this portal don't stop when you close your eyes at night. They seep into your dreams, your sleep cycles, and the deepest layers of your subconscious, working on you even as you rest. In Solaris City, where the nights are often restless with the hum of the city's never-ending energy, you might have noticed your dreams becoming more vivid, more intense, almost as if they're trying to speak to you in a language you're only beginning to understand. These aren't the usual fleeting dreams you might forget by morning. These are dreams that linger, dreams that feel so real you wake up questioning whether you were truly asleep or if you were somewhere else entirely. Perhaps you've had a lucid dream near Lunara Valley's serene lakes, where the water reflects the moonlight like a mirror, and in that dream, you knew you were dreaming but couldn't control the narrative, as if the dream itself had a message it was determined to deliver. These aren't just random images conjured by your mind. They're messages, echoes from the spiritual realm, unveiling hidden layers of your consciousness and offering you a glimpse into the truths you've been avoiding. Let's explore what's happening here. During major cosmic events like this eclipse, the portal's energy opens a doorway to your subconscious, allowing insights, emotions, and even spiritual guidance to flow through in the form of dreams. In Solar City, where the energy is electric, you might dream of chaotic scenes, running through the city's tech district, chased by an unseen force, or standing on the edge of Solaris Bay watching the water rise higher and higher. These dreams might feel unsettling, but they're often symbolic, reflecting the chaos or unresolved issues in your waking life. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more grounded, your dreams might be more serene but equally profound. Perhaps you're walking through a forest near the Etheria temples, guided by a figure who feels familiar yet otherworldly, whispering truths you can't quite hear. These dreams are the eclipse energy working through you, pushing you to confront buried emotions and unresolved fears, to face the parts of yourself you've kept hidden in the shadows. I've experienced this myself, and it was one of the most powerful dreams I've ever had. Last night, in my apartment overlooking Solaris Bay, I dreamt I was walking through the ancient Etheria temples, a sacred site nestled in the mountains beyond Lunara Valley. The air was thick with energy, and I was surrounded by glowing figures who seemed to radiate light, their faces obscured but their presence comforting. They whispered truths I couldn't quite hear, their voices like a soft hum that vibrated through my body. In the dream, I felt a deep sense of urgency, as if they were trying to tell me something I needed to know, something that would change everything. I walked through the temples, my footsteps echoing on the stone floors, until I reached a chamber where a mirror stood, reflecting not my face but a version of myself I didn't recognize. Stronger, more confident, more aligned. I woke up with my heart racing, feeling like I'd been somewhere else entirely, a sense of urgency lingering in my chest that I couldn't explain. I grabbed my journal and wrote down every detail I could remember, knowing that this dream was more than just a dream. It was a message, a glimpse into the transformation this eclipse is guiding me toward. Many of you are likely feeling this too, and it might be showing up in ways that feel both mysterious and unsettling. In Lunara Valley, where the nights are quiet, you might find yourself waking up at 3 a.m., your heart pounding, as if something is trying to break through your consciousness. You might sit up in bed, the moonlight streaming through your window, and feel a restlessness you can't shake, a sense that something important is happening just beyond your grasp. In Solaris City, where the energy is more intense, you might wake up in the middle of the night with your mind racing, thoughts and images from your dreams swirling through your head, leaving you unable to go back to sleep. This isn't just a coincidence. It's the eclipse energy working around the clock, shifting your consciousness and pushing you into new levels of awareness. The portal doesn't close when the sun rises. It continues to influence you, even in the stillness of the night, manifesting as a deep sense of urgency or a heightened awareness that something big is coming. This kind of dream activity and nighttime restlessness is common during cosmic events like this one, and it's been documented across cultures for centuries. In the ancient traditions of the Etheria temples, dreams during eclipses were considered sacred, a direct line to the divine. The priests and priestesses would keep dream journals, recording every detail of their visions, believing that the gods were speaking to them through these dreams, offering guidance for the challenges ahead. They would often perform rituals before sleep, burning herbs, chanting mantras, or meditating under the stars, to open their minds to these messages, ensuring they were ready to receive the wisdom the eclipse had to offer. In modern times, spiritual practitioners in Solar City might use similar techniques, perhaps lighting a candle before bed or setting an intention to receive clarity through their dreams, while those in Lunara Valley might simply sit by the lake, letting the natural energy of the land guide their subconscious. Here's the thing. These dreams and nighttime awakenings aren't something to fight. They're something to embrace. I know it's uncomfortable to wake up in the middle of the night, your heart racing, with no clear explanation for why. I know it's frustrating to feel restless, to have your mind buzzing with thoughts and images you can't quite make sense of. But instead of resisting this discomfort, I encourage you to sit with it, to lean into the unknown, and to let the clarity come in its own time. Grab a journal and keep it by your bedside. Whether you're in Solar City or Lunara Valley, This simple act can be incredibly powerful. When you wake up from a vivid dream, write down every detail you can remember. The setting, the people, the emotions, the symbols. Don't worry about making sense of it right away. Just get it down on paper. Over the coming days, as the eclipse energy continues to work on you, you might start to see patterns, connections between your dreams and your waking life that reveal the truths you've been avoiding. This eclipse is amplifying your intuition, helping you see things that were previously hidden, whether it's about a relationship in Solaris City or a career decision in Lunara Valley. Maybe you've been in a relationship that's been draining you, but you've been too scared to admit it. Your dreams might show you walking away, feeling lighter than ever, a sign that it's time to let go. Or perhaps you've been unsure about a career move, like leaving your job in Solaris City's financial district to pursue a passion project in Lunara Valley. Your dreams might show you standing on a stage, sharing your work with the world, a sign that it's time to take the leap. These dreams are your subconscious speaking to you, guided by the eclipse's energy, and they're here to help you navigate the transformation that's unfolding. Here's a practical exercise to help you work with your dreams. Before you go to bed, set an intention. Sit quietly, maybe with a cup of tea in your Lunara Valley cabin or by the window in your Solaris City apartment, and say to yourself, "Tonight, I open myself to the messages of the eclipse. I ask for clarity, guidance, and truth." Then, place a notebook and pen by your bed, and when you wake up, whether it's in the middle of the night or in the morning, write down everything you remember. Over the next few days, look for recurring themes or symbols. Are you dreaming of water, which might represent emotions? Are you dreaming of flying, which might represent freedom? These symbols are your subconscious speaking to you, and they're here to guide you through this cosmic shift. Have you had any strange dreams lately? Maybe you've dreamt of a place you've never been, like the Etheria temples, or a person who feels familiar yet unknown. Maybe you've woken up with a sense of urgency, a feeling that something big is coming. Drop a comment below and share what you've experienced. I think you'll find you're not alone in this cosmic awakening. We're all being guided by this eclipse, and sometimes just sharing our experiences can help us make sense of the messages we're receiving. The portal is working on us, pushing us toward clarity and growth. Let's embrace it together. During this eclipse, the universe is listening more closely than ever before, its attention focused on you like a spotlight in the cosmic void. Every thought, every emotion, every intention you send out is amplified, echoing through the universe like a signal flare shot into the night sky. In Solaris City's busy streets, where the energy is already electric with the hum of traffic and the buzz of technology, your inner dialogue might feel louder, more urgent, as if your thoughts are being broadcast on a cosmic frequency. The universe is a giant amplifier right now, and with this portal wide open, everything you project, every hope, every fear, every desire, has the power to shape your future with a speed and intensity that's almost unprecedented. So, be mindful. What you focus on in the quiet moments of Lunara Valley, where the air is still and the stars shine brightly, will manifest faster than you expect, as if the universe is waiting to bring your thoughts to life. Let's dive deeper into what this means for you. The portal's energy is creating a heightened state of manifestation, where the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like, is operating at an accelerated pace. In Solaris City, where the energy is fast and frenetic, you might notice this as a sudden clarity about what you want, a burning desire to pursue a dream you've been putting off. Maybe you're walking through the tech district, and you suddenly feel an overwhelming urge to start that business you've been dreaming of, to take a risk you've been too scared to take. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more introspective, you might feel this as a quiet knowing, a sense that it's time to let go of something that's been holding you back. A toxic relationship, a limiting belief, a fear that's kept you small. Whatever you're focusing on right now, the universe is taking note, and it's ready to amplify it, to bring it into your reality with a force that's both exhilarating and a little intimidating. This heightened state of manifestation is both a gift and a responsibility. If you're focusing on your dreams, on the life you want to create, the universe will support you with a power that's nothing short of miraculous. But if you're focusing on your fears, on what you don't want, the universe will amplify that too, bringing more of that energy into your life. I learned this the hard way a few years ago, during a similar cosmic event. I was living in Solar City at the time, working a job I hated, and I was constantly focused on my fears. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of never achieving my dreams. I didn't realize it at the time, but my thoughts were shaping my reality, and I kept attracting more of the same. More stress, more setbacks, more reasons to feel stuck. It wasn't until I started focusing on what I wanted, on the life I wanted to create, that things began to shift. I started visualizing my dream of becoming a writer, of sharing my insights with the world. And within months, opportunities started to appear. Opportunities that led me to where I am today. That's the power of this energy. It's a double-edged sword, and it's up to you to wield it wisely. You might also feel like you're being watched, as if an unseen presence is tuning into your energy, observing you with a quiet intensity. This isn't just your imagination, it's a real phenomenon, one that's been documented in spiritual traditions for centuries. In the ancient teachings of the Etheria temples, the seers spoke of watchers, spiritual guides, benevolent beings who observe during major cosmic shifts like this one. These watchers aren't negative forces. They're here to support you, drawn to the vibrations you're emitting through the portal. In Solar City, you might sense them as a subtle nudge, a sudden insight that comes out of nowhere as you're walking through the marketplace. Maybe you're standing in line at a coffee shop, and you suddenly feel a wave of clarity about a decision you've been struggling with, as if someone whispered the answer in your ear. In Lunara Valley, you might feel them as a feeling of being seen, a sense that you're not alone as you sit by the lake, watching the moonlight dance on the water. These beings are here to guide you, to help you navigate this transformative time, but their presence can feel overwhelming, especially if you're not used to being so energetically exposed. This feeling of being watched can be both comforting and unsettling, depending on how you experience it. In Solar City, where the energy is already heightened, you might feel this as a sense of pressure, as if you're on a cosmic stage and the universe is waiting to see what you'll do next. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more grounded, you might feel it as a gentle presence, a sense that you're being supported by forces beyond your understanding. Either way, it's important to protect your energy during this time, to ensure that you're not overwhelmed by the influx of external energies. Your energy is like a sacred space, a garden that needs to be tended with care, and right now, with the portal amplifying everything, it's more important than ever to keep that space clear and aligned. Here are some practical ways to protect your energy and stay grounded during this cosmic shift. First, ground yourself daily. In Lunara Valley, this might mean walking barefoot on the grassy hills, feeling the earth beneath your feet, letting its energy anchor you. In Solar City, where nature might be harder to come by, you can ground yourself by visualizing roots growing from the soles of your feet, anchoring you deep into the earth. Even as you stand in your apartment overlooking Solaris Bay, take a moment each morning to do this. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine those roots extending into the ground, connecting you to the earth's stability, keeping you centered no matter what energies come your way. This simple practice can make a huge difference, helping you stay grounded and focused as the portal's energy intensifies. Second, set spiritual boundaries to protect your energy field. Before you leave your Solar City apartment each morning, take a moment to set an intention. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes and say, "I am protected, my energy is my own, and only energies aligned with my highest good may enter my field." This isn't just a statement, it's a powerful declaration, a shield that will guide the energies that interact with you, ensuring that only those aligned with your purpose and growth can influence your space. In Lunara Valley, you might do this while sitting by the lake, letting the natural energy of the land amplify your intention, creating a protective bubble around you that keeps you safe from overwhelming forces. This practice is especially important right now, when the portal is making you more energetically exposed than usual, and it can help you feel more in control, more centered, as you navigate this shift. Finally, stay aligned with your true self, because the more connected you are to your core values, your intuition, and your inner peace, the less likely external energies will knock you off course. In Solar City, where the energy can be chaotic, this might mean taking a moment each day to check in with yourself. Maybe during your commute, as you're walking through the tech district, ask yourself, am I acting from a place of authenticity, or am I letting fear guide me? In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more introspective, this might mean sitting by the lake and listening to your inner voice, letting it guide you toward what feels right. The more aligned you are with your true self, the more you'll be able to deflect any energies that don't resonate with your highest potential, creating a powerful energetic field that keeps you safe and focused. You're not alone in this. The universe is guiding you, amplifying your power, and helping you co-create your future. The Watchers, the Portal, the Eclipse, they're all working together to support you, to help you step into your full potential. But it's up to you to take responsibility for your energy, to be mindful of what you're projecting, and to align your thoughts with your dreams. Take a moment right now to check in with yourself. Are your thoughts aligned with your deepest desires? Are you focusing on what you want? Or are you letting fear and doubt take over? Your energy is shaping what's next, and the universe is ready to support you, but you have to meet it halfway. The portal is open, the Watchers are watching, and the future is yours to create. Let's make it a future that's aligned with your highest good. Right now, as the eclipse portal's energy swirls around you, you might feel hidden, as if you're moving through life unnoticed. Whether you're navigating the crowded markets of Solaris City or walking the quiet trails of Lunara Valley, it's as if the universe has placed you in a protective cocoon, shielding you from the outside world, wrapping you in a layer of stillness that feels both comforting and isolating. In Solaris City, where the energy is fast and frenetic, this might feel like a stark contrast to the usual pace. You might find yourself withdrawing from social events, canceling plans, or feeling like your efforts at work or in your relationships are going unseen. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more grounded, this might feel like a natural retreat, a desire to spend more time alone by the lake or in the forest, away from the noise of the world. This isn't a setback, and it's not a sign that you're failing. It's a sacred phase of growth, a necessary step in your transformation, much like a caterpillar retreating into its cocoon before it emerges as a butterfly. Let's explore what this cocoon phase means for you. In nature, a caterpillar's transformation inside its cocoon is one of the most profound processes of metamorphosis. The caterpillar doesn't just grow wings, it completely dissolves, breaking down into a kind of cellular soup before rebuilding itself into a butterfly. This process is messy, it's intense, and it happens in complete silence, hidden from the outside world. That's exactly what's happening to you right now. The universe has taken you out of the spotlight for a reason, to nurture you, to help you rebuild, and to prepare you for something far greater than you can imagine. In Solaris City, where the pressure to perform is constant, this might feel frustrating. You might be working hard on a project, pouring your heart into your goals, but no one seems to notice, no one seems to care. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is quieter, this might feel like a natural part of the journey, a time to reflect and recharge, but it can still be isolating, especially if you're used to being seen and heard. This phase of being hidden is a sacred time, a moment where the most profound transformations happen away from the noise of the outside world. Think about the last time you felt truly seen. Maybe it was a moment of recognition at work in Solaris City, or a heartfelt conversation with a friend in Lunara Valley. Now, imagine that the universe is intentionally pulling you away from those moments of visibility, not to punish you, but to give you the space you need to grow. Your efforts might go unseen right now. Maybe you're working on a creative project in your Solaris City apartment, or you're quietly healing from a past hurt in Lunara Valley, but they're not in vain. Every step you take, every moment you spend reflecting, every intention you set, is building the foundation for a powerful emergence, a moment when you'll step into the light and show the world the new version of yourself. I've been through this cocoon phase myself, and I can tell you it's both challenging and transformative. A few years ago, I was living in Solaris City, working a corporate job that drained me, and I felt like I was pouring everything I had into my work, but no one seemed to notice. I'd stay late at the office, I'd take on extra projects, I'd try to prove myself, but I felt invisible, like my efforts were disappearing into a void. At the same time, I was starting to explore my passion for writing, spending my evenings in my apartment overlooking Solaris Bay, pouring my thoughts into a journal. But I kept that part of myself hidden. I didn't share it with anyone because I was afraid of being judged, afraid of failing. It felt like I was in a cocoon, isolated and unseen. But looking back, I realized that was exactly what I needed. That time of stillness, of being hidden, allowed me to rebuild myself, to discover my true purpose, and to prepare for the moment when I'd finally step into the light. Today, I'm sharing my writing with the world, and I wouldn't be here if I hadn't gone through that cocoon phase. This quiet phase can feel isolating, especially in Solar City's fast-paced energy, where the pressure to be seen, to be successful, to be on all the time is relentless. You might feel like you're falling behind, like everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck in this limbo. But trust that this is temporary, and it's happening for a reason. The universe is protecting you, giving you the space you need to grow stronger, to reflect, and to refine your energy. In Lunara Valley, where the energy is more introspective, this phase might feel more natural, but it can still be challenging, especially if you're someone who thrives on connection and community. You might find yourself spending more time alone, sitting by the lake or walking through the forest. And while that solitude can be healing, it can also bring up feelings of loneliness or doubt. But know that this is all part of the process, a necessary step in your evolution. Soon, you'll emerge from this cocoon, and when you do, you'll radiate a new energy that others will notice, a light that can't be ignored. In Lunara Valley, friends might approach you at the local market, their eyes wide with curiosity, asking, "Where have you been? You seem so different." In Solar City, colleagues might pull you aside at work, noticing a new confidence in your demeanor, a new clarity in your ideas, and ask, "What's changed? You're glowing." That's because you've been undergoing a profound transformation, recalibrating your purpose, and stepping into your full potential. This cocoon phase is preparing you for a powerful emergence, a moment when you'll step into the light and show the world the new version of yourself, a version that's stronger, wiser, and more aligned than ever before. Let's look at this through a historical lens to understand its significance. In the traditions of the Etheria temples, the priests and priestesses often spoke of the dark night of the soul, a period of withdrawal and introspection that preceded great spiritual awakenings. They believed that before a person could step into their full power, they had to go through a time of stillness, a time of being hidden, where they could confront their shadows, heal their wounds, and prepare for the next phase of their journey. They would retreat to the temples, spending days or even weeks in solitude, meditating, fasting, and praying, allowing the universe to work on them in silence. When they emerged, they were seen as transformed, radiating a new energy that inspired others and marked them as leaders, healers, and visionaries. That's what's happening to you right now. You're in your own dark night of the soul, your own cocoon phase, and when you emerge, you'll be ready to step into your full power. Here's a practical exercise to help you navigate this cocoon phase. Create a vision for your emergence. Find a quiet space, maybe your apartment in Solar City or a spot by the lake in Lunara Valley, and close your eyes. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, after this eclipse energy has fully integrated, after you've emerged from your cocoon. What do you look like? How do you feel? What's different about your life? Maybe you're standing on a stage in Solar City, sharing your work with the world, or you're sitting in a cozy cabin in Lunara Valley, surrounded by loved ones, feeling more at peace than ever. Visualize this version of yourself in vivid detail. The colors, the sounds, the emotions, and hold that vision in your heart. Then write it down and keep it somewhere you can see it every day. This vision will be your anchor, your reminder that this cocoon phase is temporary, that your rise is coming, and that the universe is preparing you for something incredible. Your rise is coming, and it's going to be more powerful than you can imagine. You'll emerge from this cocoon not just renewed, but transformed, radiating an energy that others can't help but notice. In Solar City, you might find yourself stepping into a leadership role, your confidence and clarity inspiring those around you. In Lunara Valley, you might find yourself creating something beautiful, a piece of art, a new business, a deeper connection with your community that reflects the growth you've undergone. So, if you feel dormant right now, if you feel like you're in a quiet or hidden phase, know that this is the stillness before your breakthrough. The universe has hidden you for a reason, to protect you, to nurture you, to prepare you for your emergence. Are you ready to bloom? Are you ready to step into the light and show the world the new version of yourself? The time is coming, trust the process, and get ready to soar. This eclipse portal isn't just a cosmic event. It's your moment of awakening, a chance to step into a new version of yourself. The shift is coming, and it won't wait. For some, the energy will hit like a lightning bolt in Solaris City, bringing sudden clarity or an urgent need to act on long-held dreams. For others in Lunara Valley, it might unfold more slowly, revealing itself through synchronicities or quiet moments of insight. Either way, embrace the changes. They're guiding you toward your next chapter, even if the path isn't clear yet. To stabilize your energy and avoid the chaos of this shift, take action now. Avoid crowded places like Solaris City's markets, where the energy can be overwhelming. Instead, spend time in nature, hike the trails of Lunara Valley to recalibrate. Adjust your sleep patterns to counteract disturbances. If you're waking at odd hours, use that time to journal your dreams. Practice deep breathing or meditation daily. Visualize a protective light around you, grounding you to the earth. These simple steps will keep you centered as the portal's energy intensifies. The universe is watching. Are you feeling it too? Comment below with your strangest experience this week. Did time slip away? Or did a dream leave you shaken? Let's share and grow together. Don't miss what's next. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay ahead with cosmic wisdom naturally. We're here to guide you through every cosmic transformation, ensuring you're ready for what's coming. The best is yet to come. Trust the process, stay grounded, and step into your power. I'll see you in the next video.